Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's good? Let's get up in here, man. Make sure I got my connection tight. Right, let's get up in here, man. Assalamu alaikum to my brothers and sisters all over the globe, worldwide, man. We made it day 7. Day 7 is in the books, man. We done made it a week in this beautiful month of Ramadan 2025, man. Is the 7 days went that fast? I don't know about you. I don't know about y'all. Hey, your boy done lost 4 pounds. So, if we prorate that 4 times 4, that's 16 pounds. 15. Give me 15 pounds. Give me 15 pounds and it's a wrap, man. I'll be ready for tennis season, spring season, man. When Ramadan is over, when April approaches. But yeah, I done lost 4 pounds this month, man. That's just a byproduct. You know what I'm saying? Because depending on what you eat at iftar and zuhur, your weight will fluctuate, man. I know brothers that gain weight during Ramadan. Y'all can laugh all you want. But I know brothers, man, that gain weight, man, because they get up and have a nice hearty zuhur, man. If you got to go work a real demanding gig, you got to do 12 hours of construction. Think about the Muslim brothers that work construction. And they outside, man, or wherever, man, 10, 12 hours. That's a real live gig, man. So some brothers, I don't eat a hearty zuhur. I'm a fruit dude, I get up in the morning, I get my dates, man, which was the favorite fruit of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I try to emulate my prophet as much as possible, man. You know what I'm saying? I put the honey. Honey's his favorite thing. I put the fruit salad. I hit you with the Fed prison fruit salad, man. And that's my theme tonight. When I say the Fed prison fruit salad with the whipped cream and the honey, because I want to explain to y'all, man, and give you a glimpse into what Ramadan is like for brothers in prison. Because fasting in prison is totally different from fasting out in this world. Totally different, because let me tell you something. You got 30, 40 years, the last thing on your mind is fasting if you weak. If you're fake this week, I'm telling you, I know a lot of brothers, and let me tell you something. You can't go to a brother in prison and be like, yo, Ak, why you not fasting? You know what I'm saying? If brother got 30, 40 years, he got a lot of heavy stuff on his mental. Real talk, man. I mean, that's why I said fasting in prison is completely different from fasting out here. I mean, fasting out here, listen, I had 20 fasts in federal prison. All right? I did 20 years flat. Y'all didn't know, no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's part of who I am, man. I did 20 fast in prison. I've been out since 2015. This is my 10th fast. So those that's good at math, that's 30 fasts. All right? I'm 54 years old. So I've fasted more in my life than I've not fasted. So it's all half for me. Not meaning that it's easy. It can be easy, but fasting is fasting. Refraining from eating and drinking, sex with your wife. I ain't even gonna get into the girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Start for Allah, but we'll talk about that later. Drinking, like I said, eating, sex, smoking, whatever your sins are, your habits are. The Muslims refrain from all that, man. So out here is easy because, listen, we got our pick of food when we have iftar. Iftar is when we break fast at sunset. When we make our prayer, and then after our prayer, we go have the meal. That's the iftar. You can have lamb, chicken, beef, everything but pork. The Muslims don't eat pork. And the Christians ain't supposed to eat pork too. Let me put that out there. That's in your Bible. Y'all just bucking on that, but this ain't about y'all. This is about me explaining to you fasting in prison is so beneficial and it's emotional. It's emotional because let me tell you something. I had 20 years. Don't nobody know I'm fasting but Allah. But Allah. He's the only one that know I'm fasting. His slave. His servant. That's why my name is Abdullah. My kunya, my Muslim name is Abdullah Abu Amir. And for y'all non-Muslims, y'all understand, I thought your name was, that's the government name. That's my family name. In Islam, you get given a name or you pick a name. And my name is Abdullah Abu Amir. Abdullah means servant, slave of God. I'm a servant to God. Abu is father of Amir. Abdullah Abu Amir. Amir is my oldest son, Quran. That's his middle name. So I'm the slave of God and I'm the father of Amir, which is Quran. You know what I'm saying? So fasting in prison is totally different, man, because listen, you're going through so much emotionally, man. We look forward to the month of Ramadan. The Muslims did, because then we could get together with the brothers that's in the prison with you, and there's hundreds of us. Every year when we fast, right now as I speak, all through the BOP, the Bureau of Prisons, federal prison system, there's literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of brothers fasting. And I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of thousands. You know, it's 18 federal prisons. So you sit there and you do the math, how many Muslims are in that prison fasting. And I know what it's like, because you have to deal with the administration. Because you have to get everybody under, you got to let the administration know how many brothers are going to fast, number one. Me being the imam, the leader of the Muslims, I got to get all the brothers together. You fasting this year? We need some paperwork. Because you got to submit that to the administration, who submits it to the chaplain. And the chaplain will come up with a list, 2-3 pages, you know what I'm saying, of all the brothers that's fasting. So when you walk into the chapel at night, he mark your name off. Okay, Harden fasting. Okay, Smith fasting. Okay, Johnson fasting. So he know, oh, these brothers are fasting. And you got to think, you're getting transferred every year, every couple years. So it's not like in federal prison, you're not in one prison your whole bid. I was in 9 prisons. My 20 years, I was in 9 prisons, man. I was in Atlanta. I was in West Virginia. I was in Pennsylvania. I was in New York. I was in Kentucky. I was in Texas. I was in Oklahoma. I was in Virginia. I was, so every prison you go to, when the month of Ramadan approaches, you got to submit, we call it a cop-out, that's what it is, but it's paperwork saying Orion Harden intends to fast this month. So the warden will I'll say the assistant warden, because the warden, he passes it down to the AWs. The assistant warden will let you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is the list for the Muslims that's fasting. And, and what you got to understand that, prison is like clockwork. Dinner gets served at 6 to 7. You got an hour to get to prison. You know what I mean? You got an hour to get to dinner. Every meal in federal prison is an hour. Breakfast, they open the doors at 6 in the morning. They close them doors at 7. You get there at 7:05. They not opening them doors. They don't want to hear you slept late. Oh, woke up. My celly didn't get me up. I forgot to brush my teeth. Oh, listen. Everything is clockwork. So from 6 to 7 in the morning is breakfast. From 11 to noon is lunch. From 6 to 7 at night is dinner. So, for the Muslims, when we fast, and we don't eat all day, so we got to eat when the sun go down. So they got to have a list of all the brothers that's going to be coming into the kitchen after 7 o'clock when we break our fast. If you're not on that list, you're not getting in there to eat. So you got to be cognizant. You got to be aware when Ramadan is approaching to put in your paperwork to let the chaplain know, let your brothers know, I'm fasting, Doc. I put in my paperwork. You can go down to the law library and make a photocopy of it. That's what I always did. Before I submitted it, I put it down. Orion Harden is going to fast this year. I'm in housing unit JA. And then I'll go down to the law library, to the copy machine, and I'll make a copy. I'll keep me a copy. I submit a copy to the chaplain. So they know, oh no, Harden, they try to play them game. Oh, we didn't get your copy out. I got it right here, dated and everything. So what's this photocopy? It's a lot of games in prison, because let me tell you something. The Muslim is not respected anywhere in America. We're respected all over the world. Don't get it twisted. But in America, the Muslim is not respected, man. Because they know we so real. You can call it what you want. They know we so real. So, you got to have backup, and you got to be on one accord and cover your back. You know what I'm saying? Make a copy of everything. Anybody that's been in federal prison will tell you that. Before you submit any paperwork, your motion, your brief, your appeal, go down to the law library and make a copy. Because the court will say, oh, we never received it. Well, I got a timestamp right here where I sent it off in the mail. Now, y'all playing games? I'll resubmit another copy. But copies is king in federal prison. So, that's why I wanted to explain to you on Friday, Jummah. This is our day that we congregate. I wanted to explain fasting in federal prison is totally different, man. It's not for the faint of heart, man. because you don't know what you're going to get unless you done worked out something with the kitchen staff to where they let Muslim brothers come in there and cook. Because we always have Muslim brothers that work in the kitchen. So it could be we got Muslim brothers in the kitchen, but you don't know if you're going to get fresh food, stale food, spoiled food. They don't like the Muslim because we're the only ones that fast. And it's like we shine a light on everyone. They don't like the fact that, hold on, these 300-400 brothers are fasting and we got to accommodate them, because you understand something. You cannot discriminate against an inmate due to religion. All right? If you get a Jew something and you get a Christian something, which they do, the Jews and the Christians in federal prison get everything. All right? So you got to get the Muslims. We only got 2 holidays that we call them festivals. They're called Eids. The Arabic word is Eid. E-I-D, Eid. We have a celebration after we fast during the month of Ramadan once it's completed. And then we have an Eid, a festival, a celebration commemorating when Abraham was going to sacrifice his son Ishmael. So those are our 2 celebrations. Other than that, we don't have nothing in Islam. We got 2 celebrations. That's it. So if you accommodate the Jews and the Christian inmates, you got to accommodate the Muslim inmates. So listen, let me tell you something, man. I loved every moment of fasting with my brothers in federal prison. This is a shout out. I love each and every one of you brothers that's fasting right now. I didn't have to do time with you just because I left 10 years ago. I did 20 in that beast. I did 20 piece in that beast, man. So I know what it's like, man. Y'all done broke the fast, and inshallah, you're getting fresh food and the administration is looking out for you. Because listen, man, being Muslim in prison is not for the faint of heart. Muslim out here is easy. You can go to the mosque and the sister's going to be cooking for you when you break your fast. Ain't no sisters in federal prison. If the administration, listen, man, I was in Kentucky, man. I was in, Virginia, Pennsylvania. Listen, them hillbillies don't like no Muslims. So ain't no telling what you going to get. So that's why you got to understand, Ramadan, you might not get too much depending on what prison you in. You might not. But you might get something. I had a beautiful rapport with the chaplain when I was an imam. I loved this brother. He know who he is. He shall remain nameless because he's still currently employed in the Bureau of Prisons. But listen, I had a wonderful rapport, and he looked out for the cookout for the Muslims. On the sense that, and he was a Christian chaplain. On the sense that, listen, the Christians get all this, the Jews get all that. I got to at least do this for you brothers. I got to at least do this for you brothers. So I want you to understand, man, Ramadan is so sacred to us. No matter where we at. If we're in prison, we're in a free world, but we got to have accommodations just to feed us, adequately. We're not sitting there asking for a feast. It's called a fast. We're not asking for a feast, but listen, if you had chicken today and we fasted, then you should pull some chicken back so we can have chicken for the Muslims, or let us fry, or let us cook fresh chicken. If you have fish, that's all I asked for. I didn't go in there and getting all elaborate and all that, because listen, I don't need much. If you study the seerah, the history of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his companions, may Allah be pleased with all of them, they survived on a lot less than us, man. They had dates and water. They had a lot of rice. They didn't always have meat, so I understand that. But I'm still going to go to bat for my brothers, And I'm going to tell you a very interesting story, very funny and interesting story, before we get off out of here. My last Ramadan in prison, 2014, I was the imam. And so brothers knew I was leaving. I had did my tour. 18 years in, I'm about to skate. I did my tour. I put my work in. I've been in riots with the brothers. I done got rolled out. I done got time took off my, I got time added to my sentence. What I'm saying? Not saying that's what you should do, but in certain instances, you got to ride out with your brothers, man. If you at war with somebody, man, whatever group it could be. I don't even want to name these groups, but in prison, you got all types of groups. They call them gangs or whatever, because if you got more than 10 or 20, the federal prison is going to label you a gang. So Muslims will label a gang, but what's interesting, they never label the Christians a gang. So my last year, the imam, You know, there was whisperings, you know, oh, sliding out, you know, Amir going home, man. He ain't going to really say nothing, get us a nice, you know, Ramadan, man. He don't, you know. And listen, I didn't get offended. I was more hurt. I didn't get offended because brothers knew my character. And, you know, a lot of these brothers that said things, they were new in the system. I got 18 years in. You might got 3 years in. You just came in. I came in 95. You came in 2008. You know what I'm saying? That's a 13-year difference, champ. You know, so brothers were saying I wasn't, you know, I was just going to slide out the back door and going home to my family. And I was just like, you know, I let it run off my back like, you know, I knew what I was doing. Like I said, I had a wonderful rapport with the chaplain at this time. And this brother went out, you know, he went out and used his money to get us so much for this last Ramadan, for our feast. Because we have a feast when Ramadan is over. This brother got us lamb. He got us baklava. He got us all type of sweets. We had fried rice. We had fried chicken, fried fish, man, pecan pie, lemon meringue pie. I mean, he set it out. And I didn't say nothing to the brothers. I just asked the brothers, the community that appointed me to be their leader, their imam, give me a list of what you want, and I'm going to try to get most of it. You know, we can't get all of it. I mean, brothers was putting crab legs on the list and all that. But I'm like, hey, only thing you can tell me is no. So, you know, check this out. Being an imam my last year, brothers thought I was just going to slide out the door. Me and the imam, man, put something marvelous together. And I will never, ever forget when we went, when Ramadan was over, to have our feast, our Eid, our festival, our celebration, that we completed another month of Ramadan. I will never forget the look on these brothers' faces when they walked into the kitchen and they seen the food and the different, oh my God. I sat right there with the chaplain and I said, this is why Allah appointed me and these brothers picked me to be the imam. I didn't get into why y'all talking and say I'm going to slide out the door. I love the fact that I seen the smile and the warmth on brothers' face and they was like, what? Yo, Amir, man, we got everything. Like fish and lamb and chicken. Yeah. That's how you know when you have a rapport and you love your brothers and you love your way of life, your deen, you love your religion, you're not going to half-step. And that warmed my heart right there. That was a perfect send-off for me to go home. I went home about 6 months later. But them brothers know they last fast with Amir was official like a referee with a whistle. You hear me? They said it. We had it all, man. We had fried rice and fish for days. Brothers was eating fish and chicken the whole next week. They let us take it back out the chapel because you got to think, all that food there, and you got 200-300 Muslims, you can't throw the food away. So, you know, the guards, the COs, everybody, it was a quid pro quo, you know. Don't get crazy with it. Don't be going up the hallway with 3-4 pounds of rice in them. You know, everybody got a nice little satch and took it back to their unit. I mean, listen, man, the chaplain set it out, man. And I applaud him more than me because I just presented it to him. And because we had a wonderful working relationship. Like I said, I love this brother. He shall remain nameless. We had a wonderful last Ramadan, man. But man, I want the people in the world to know Ramadan in prison is so serious. We love it because this is our connection. You know, we can't be out in the world and go to the mosque and be with the hundreds of free brothers, man. Think about Ramadan out in the free world where you got brothers that's doctors and lawyers and, you know, they donating hundreds of dollars for whole lambs. And, you know, that's what we do. We get a whole lamb and slaughter the lamb and then cook the meat. You know, chickens and all that, man. So I just wanted this Friday, you know, this 7th day, we done knocked the week out. I wanted to give some shine to my brothers that's in prison, man, that are fasting. I wanted to let them know I was one of you. I'm still one of you just because I'm out here. I'm awaiting for you brothers to come home and experience the beauty of fasting during the month of Ramadan out in the free world. Because I did it for 18 years in prison, man. And it was a blast. Even the years when I fasted. Think about my first year fasting to my 18, 19 year fasting. That's what I'm saying. That's 2 decades for y'all keeping count. Yeah. I'm fasting 25 years old. My last fast, I was 46, 45, about to turn 46. Think about that. I went in a young boy, 25. I'm still fasting in prison at 45. And it was my connection, man. I loved every year, every fast. The ones that wasn't so good, they was all good because I completed it, man, to the best of my ability, man. And all praises are due to Allah. Alhamdulillah, man. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. This Friday, man. Think about them brothers in prison, man, that's undergoing the fast, man. And the families of these brothers, man. Send them brothers $50 or $100, man. You know, send them brothers some money so they can go get things out the commissary, man, to share with their brothers during this blessed month. You might not understand what Ramadan is, might not know, might not care. Send them brothers $50 or $100, man. Send them $200. You know, I don't be telling people break the bank because, listen, you know, people act funny when you lie to them. You shouldn't do the crime, you shouldn't do the time, all that old silly stuff. But listen, if that brother was a solid brother, even if he wasn't, send him $50 or $100 because that will make the difference in a beautiful fast for that brother with his other Muslim brothers, man. Because like I said, only people in the whole world that's fasting is us. You want to play that Kendrick Lamar, not like us? Ain't nobody fasting, don't nobody fast but the Muslims. It's been commanded by us, by Allah. In Surah chapter 2, I read it to you the other day, man. It's been commanded by God for us to fast, man, and we do it and we do it well. So on that note, man, I just wanted to wrap up this Friday. I'll be back with you tomorrow night, Saturday, inshallah. I hope all my brothers and sisters have a wonderful iftar, man. I love you for the sake of Allah, man. All right, and I'm going to get up out of here, man. Peace.